Good afternoon, you two people. I hope you're well, happy and good. I want to talk about a disability that I actually have called Aspergers syndrome. Now, Aspergers syndrome, or ASPI as it's known by some people, is a hidden disability. This means it's something that if you look at me and you talk to me, you wouldn't necessarily know that I am autistic. You wouldn't necessarily know that I have a condition called autism. However, I do have it. Now, autism affects me in various different ways. One of the main ones that's troubling me at present is I don't understand sarcasm. So if somebody is being sarcastic with me, or somebody tells me a sarcastic joke, I often look puzzled or act puzzled and try and work out whether the person is being sarcastic or whether they're being genuine in what they're saying. Often when people are being genuine, I mistake it for sarcasm. I think they must be being sarcastic, and when they're being sarcastic, I think they're being genuine. So it's very difficult to actually work stuff out, to understand the way people are coming from. The other thing is body language. Now, somebody without Aspergers would be able to look at somebody's body language and know instantly what that person is thinking and feeling, and have an understanding of it. However, with me, if I watch somebody and watch their facial expressions, I try not to because it confuses me and makes my head hurt. But if I watch somebody's facial expressions, then I don't know what they're thinking inside. I can tell that this is smiling and this is glum, but apart from that, I don't really know. And often I have had in the past, when I was a child, people shouting at me and got infuriated with me because they didn't know how I would react, because they, like for example, one of the ways that people use language is quite a lazy way, I believe. Like they will say things like, can you pick up the piece of dirt off the floor? And I will answer yes. The reason I answer like this is something I've learnt myself for a very long time. They actually do not mean can you pick it up, but they mean will you pick it up. The questions are very, very different. If they're asking can you pick it up, you can say of course I can. I'm quite able to do that. And also I still find it difficult when somebody asks me can they ask me something, and I don't know whether they can or not. It's their own particular inner thing whether they can do the particular thing or not. Also, I find it very difficult with social situations. If I'm in a crowd of people, I kind of hear all the information all at once, and I'm unable to filter out certain conversations or certain bits of information, so it becomes like a big noise in my head, and it's very, very painful for me to be able to comprehend and to understand what people are saying. Yes, I do realise that comprehend and understand mean the same things. Also, sorry, I have a bit of dirt on my screen there. Is it a bit of dirt on the screen or on me? Oh, I think it's on the wall. Oh, is it? No, it's the end of my rainbow thing. It's not dirt, it's the end of my rainbow twirly thing. Anyway, sorry. Also, I find it difficult to when there are crowds of people, when people are behind me or in front of me, because I don't know what that person is going to do. I don't know how that person is react. I get scared when strangers try and talk to me because I don't know what to say to them. I don't know how best to communicate or get them to communicate to me either. It's all very, very confusing, very, very scary sort of world. That being said, I'm very talkative. I like talking, and I've only just been diagnosed with autism, but it's something that's been part of my life as long as I can remember, and the diagnosis of autism has helped me understand why I'm actually like I am, and I recommend anybody that can do, have a diagnosis, get a diagnosis, and then you will know why you act in a certain way, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. Autism is an actual recognised disability and is it's recognised by the World Health Authority as well as being a recognised disability. However, not enough is known about it, and not enough is known, well, enough is known about it, but not enough is known by the general population about it, so people think you're either weird or very selfish. The other thing I have difficulty with is sometimes when people will talk about a subject and I will say something that I think is good and innocent, and people will take the wrong way and think that I'm either being offensive or being overly generous. Like if I say to somebody that they're good looking, I'm not paying them a compliment. I'm saying what I think is a fact, that I think that they are good looking. Or if I think somebody's ugly, I say that as a fact, that I think that they're ugly. Although I don't often tell people that they're ugly unless they ask me the question of what I think of their appearance. And even then I try to keep these things to myself, as I don't think I'm particularly attractive myself anyway. Also, I have very fixed interest. I love wrestling. I'm very interested in wrestling and all things to do with that. I love the idea of Tolkien and Lord of the Rings, and I've studied all into the books of the Lord of the Rings. I have the Silmarillion, I have the Hobbit, and I have the three books, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King by J.R.R. Tolkien. I also like C.S. Lewis, who used to be friends with Tolkien, and I love Doctor Who, especially the Tom Baker incarnation of him and the Jon Pertwee incarnation of him. Jon Pertwee, of course, was Doctor Who number 3, and Tom Baker was Doctor Who number 4 in the list of Doctor Who's. I also like Star Trek, and I also like gaming quite a lot as well. Although I like gaming, I'm pretty bad at it. I'm not the best gamer in the world, so I often get stuck and often have to ask other friends who are much more expert at gaming to actually help me to sort things out. I don't like crowds of people very much. I might have said this before, but crowds of people scare me. I don't like sudden loud noises. And also, sometimes if things get on top of me, if things get too much and I can't cope, I have what's called a meltdown. This hasn't happened since I was a kid. Basically, it's where you lose control and you just kind of go into kind of rage mode. I guess it's a bit like what the Hulk is like on the television. That's the only way I can describe it, really. And this can last for as long as you're distressed, which isn't very good either. So there we are. Those are my particular symptoms of autism and how autism affects me. It may affect you in different ways. Do get back to me. I love to have video responses and things, and I love your feedback. So please don't hesitate to remark on the video feedback, normal feedback, and have a look